Hey, what's up, guys? It's Notorious Lego. I'm bringing you another non-Lego video. Oh my god, so exciting and predictable. This time, it's a book called What I Read, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, What I Read in 2021. Over the span of a couple months, over the summer, really. So let's get into it. It's a lot of weird books, all within sort of a theme, more or less. But yeah, let's get into it. So we will start off with the closest one to me, which is Wonder Woman Warbringer. The book by, where is it? Leah Bardugo. It is part of the DC Icons label. Soft cover. It was a really good book. Obviously, it's sort of a what-if story, but obviously Wonder Woman kind of as a teenager, as all of them sort of are. It really feels like a Wonder Woman story that you pick up in a comic book. It was really great writing, and although it was a YA, I really felt immersed in the universe, I guess, because I know it beforehand. I know of Wonder Woman. Some of the characters were a little annoying. I felt like they weren't accurate representations of teens, or not that they're not. What would I know? I just thought that a couple of them were like really kind of annoying, and that they wanted you to believe certain things about them, but it was like it's just dumb. Okay, let's move on to the next book. Another superhero book. Why not? This book is what started this year of reading. Black Canary, Breaking Silence, by right here Alexandra Monier. Ooh. It is a nice book. It's hardcover, so it's a nice yellow book. Look at that. I really like the hardcover. It's nice and simple. Reminds me of like a banana. Unlike the other one, this one has a book jacket because it's a hardcover about the author. Obviously, it's about Black Canary, but it's more of a mix between. It's kind of like superheroes meets. The author explained it as superheroes meets Handmaid's Tale, but you could do with that what you will. It's Black Canary, and she's kind of versing the Talon and the Court of Owls, and I don't want to really go into too much spoilers, but Oliver's in it, and like in this year or city or world, women like have no rights, so I guess that's where the parallel to Handmaid's Tale comes from, but it was very enjoyable. Again, another book I picked up, I was like, okay, like I know who this is. That was great. I felt like I was reading it as, either the Black Canaries we've seen on TV, either Kate Cassidy's Black Canary or Journey Smollett's Black Canary. Like, it was perfect. It really felt like Black Canary. It's another YA book, and also part of the Icons series with Catwoman, Batman, and Superman, which I do want to read at some point, but maybe in the next year, I don't know. But not right now. I'm in the middle of another book at the moment. So, next, let's go to Jurassic Park. Okay, now, I didn't know if I wanted to read this book. I've always wanted to read this book. I loved the first movie. I loved the third movie. I hated the second movie, which seems odd, because I loved the third movie, and that one's kind of terrible. But I loved it. Now, this book was definitely thick. It's both books in one. So I read both of them, The Lost World and Jurassic Park. I had seen all the movies before, obviously, before reading this book. A lot of the scenes, I saw transferred over really well. Obviously there was some differences, but it really was at the time because of CGI, which is probably why you couldn't have a lot of that stuff, because it was in the 90s, I think. But it really did translate. Obviously some of the characters switched around, like the relationship between the kids. Why am I forgetting their name in the first movie? I'm forgetting their name. Lex and Tim, there we go. Their dynamic is sort of changed in the book, but other than that, I felt like it was a perfect movie adaptation. And I feel like it's so iconic that I don't have to really explain it at this point. Then I should have continued looking at a theme, but I jumped around. The Ables. So, this is a weird book. So, you know how, like, back in the day when YouTube was the thing, even if it's not now, and every single YouTuber was writing a book? Well, so did this YouTuber. It's the channel Cinema Sins, but instead of writing, like, a memoir or short stories about themselves, they decided to pick superheroes to write about. And it's a superhero book about disabled superheroes in, like, a whole world of superheroes, and how they are able to, contribute to the superhero world, and, despite having disabilities, not, letting that limit them, and being able to solve, a murder and a crime and all that, all the fun superhero stuff that you think of. But yeah, it's fun. It's good. I actually liked the book so much, I ended up getting 2 copies so that I wouldn't damage one. And I got this book pre-ordered. I pre-ordered the damn book when it first came out because of how, like, ready I was to read it. And let me see if there's the date in here. 2015. 2015 I got this book, and I didn't read it until 2021. So 6 years later. I had gotten through it halfway the first time around, but I never ended up finishing it. So I guess it's better that I finished it now. Then I don't know. So I gotta add it to my list. Let's see what's next. Let's go to another weird one. Next we have Gerald's Game, a Stephen King book. Everyone knows who that is. I saw the movie on Netflix, which, again, if for a lot of these, not a lot of them, most of the books, not even most of the books, I like to see the movies first instead of the book. So I saw Hunger Games, and then I read the books. I like to see what's going on first, so I know what to think about, because I feel like I'm one of those readers that has a hard time picturing the world going on. Like, I could read a sentence, and I'll have a harder time transporting to that world. Well, some people have an easy time doing that. So a lot of these books get a lot harder unless I have some sort of background on the character, which I know is not good, because then it skews your vision, and it should be your point of view and not, the author's point of view or what they see or the director's vision. It should be your vision, but, like, it's a lot easier for me to read a book after I've seen something sort of going on. And that brings me into the next set of 5 books, because I know what's going on in those universes, and that's Star Wars. So I'm deep in the High Republic, as I think everyone who's involved in Star Wars books is. I have all of them right now. They're great. That's all I can say. This first one was A Test of Courage. I loved it. It's an all-ages book, but obviously I had to get the full story, so it was fine. I read it. I had no problems reading it. Sure, it might have been all ages, but it was regardless a great book. A very cute book. And, I loved that there was pictures in the middle. I felt like a child. I was like, this is great. Like, I get to see pictures while I read. I was like, that's amazing. We should do that in all books. And so obviously that helped me a little bit placing the characters. Oh, there's one more picture. If I can get to it. There it is. Another picture of Vernestra, I think, fighting the Nihil? I don't know how to say it anyway. I say Nihil. 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 Whatever. Maybe you know how to say it. But, like, I think that all the books should do this, and that'd be so amazing. And adding to me having a harder time seeing, like, those worlds, I know what Star Wars is. Everyone, I think, knows what Star Wars is. Everyone has seen the movies, seen the shows, so we have an idea of what it looks like. So that's how I have an easier time picturing what's going on here, but still a harder time in general when it comes to reading. Seems bizarre. Okay, so like I said, it was a kid book, so all ages reader. It follows the adventures of Ernest, Rowe, the youngest Jedi Knight in the High Republic. I think she's like 15, and now she's 17 in the current timeline, and she's the this is like right after her journey. This is at the same exact time that the Hetzel, like, incident is going on too. So she's off doing her own thing, and that book ends, and you see her coming in, and she just had her own adventure. She's the Padawan, or former Padawan, to Stallion, the Jedi Knight, like the poster boy in universe for this whole era. Next, we'll go to Light of the Jedi itself, the incident I was referring to with that book. Obviously, this is the one I read first. That was just the one I grabbed first. This is the Barnes & Noble edition, so it comes with a poster, which I think is kind of stupid. A stupid way to get another, couple of dollars out of you, because the posters are too big and it gets ruined. And it's not like you're ever going to rip it out anyway. The poster's just the cover. And there's another side to it, but still, I think it's stupid. More promo art. Like, it's gonna get ruined. I don't know. Maybe that's just my pet peeve. Like I said, it takes place in the incident of Hetzel, like the hyperspace injury issue. This is really the start of the Nihil. It was a good book. Slow in the beginning. I liked the action, obviously, because it's Star Wars action. But actually, it was kind of all amazing. And Charles Soule is a great writer. Next, we'll move on to the next and last High Republic book. As of now, for the year, I have like 2 more already that I read, and I'll probably do another one of these next year or per month. I don't know. It depends how fast I read. Oh, right. That one has a sleeve, like I was saying. So you got a little about the author and his next book, which I did read. Into the Grey. This was good. This was a YA. This was great, actually. This was a great YA. I loved the characters. He got a little annoying, but I did still like him. I liked the masters, and I think Jedi Master Kolmanak is his name. He was great. We see Jor Malali, like how her impact and her death really comes to play in this. I wish it had pictures like the other one, like the all ages, but I loved it. That's all I could say. And again, it's Star Wars. There's the author. So I knew what I was looking for. Sorry, I'm going through these a little fast. My computer's gonna die. Next next is Queen's Peril, the first one of 3 of the Padme books. I picked it up on a whim. I like E.K. Johnston. I loved Ahsoka. I think everyone should read that book, regardless of, if you love Ahsoka, go read that book. Like, it's perfect. It's a prequel to The Queen's Shadow, which came out first, but this is technically the first one chronologically, so that's why I picked it up and grabbed it. It's set before/during Phantom Menace. Here's EK, for anyone who wants to know. So literally towards the end of the book, it's cutting in and out of scenes. You're like, oh my god, that's happening in Phantom Menace. And you get to see just how epic Padme was as a teen princess, and like how bad as heck she was at fighting, and fighting for Naboo. I loved it. It was a perfect Padme story. There's 2 more. I gotta read them. Next, we will go with the last Star Wars book. One of these books is not the right book, but I'm going to use it for reference. Lords of the Sith. I got this book at the same time I got the Ahsoka book, a while ago. I think they both came out around the same time. Written by Is it written by Paul Kemp. Obviously part of Del Rey Publishing, like a lot of the other Star Wars books. I don't know if you can see him. It's got a book jacket. The book jacket's a little worse for wear, but so is the book itself. The book is just black. All the Star Wars books are just like the color. Yeah. It's like Padme's purple. Let's see, purple. Oh no, it's black. Oh no, it's purple. Purple. So yeah, it was a great book. Actually, it wasn't a great book. I didn't like it, actually. I had to read it twice. It didn't feel like Lords of the Sith, like the name implies. It was Cham and the Freedom Fighters with some Sith background. But it was fine, not 10 out of 10. I wouldn't read it again. I don't, if you like that stuff, sure. But there wasn't really a lot of Vader, I felt like, or Palpatine to warrant Lords of the Sith. Next, we have Caging Skies. If you've seen Jojo Rabbit, then you know what this book is. I wanted to see the movie, and I didn't. I read the book first. I broke it. I was like, I have to read the book first before I see the movie. And I still haven't seen the movie. And let me tell you, this book is weird. It's as weird as you'd expect a book about a kid joining a Nazi youth camp. It has fun moments, but at the end, it just gets creepy. And I was excited that it ended, because of how weird it was. There's the author. Damn, it was so weird. That's all I could say. But having known some of the trailers, I kind of associated some of the characters, so it, again, made it easier for me to do that association. Like Scarlett Johansson as the mom, and that little boy as Jojo. And Taika Waititi as Hitler. But I don't think he pops up that much, like his imaginary friend. And then the last one, this is not the book I read. It is another book by Ree Drummond, the Pioneer Woman. It was her first memoir. Tractor Wheels, it's called Pioneer Tractor Wheels something. It was her marriage story, how she met Ladd, and how she started her family, how she moved in, and all that fun stuff. It was her origin story that she originated on her blogging website, which I thought was great. I don't have the book on me, so I'm using a different book that I got from her that I'm going to read this year. Another Pioneer Woman book, because I love Ree Drummond, which is, I guess, weird. It's the signed edition, too. Let me see if I can find the signature. And then that'll be the end of the video. There's the signature. I'm going to read Frontier Frogs. And this was a placeholder book for the other book. But that's what I read in 2021. I started reading because I really liked this Black Canary book. And then there was a reading competition at my old job. And I was like, I'm winning. And I read so many books. But then I wasn't with them anymore because they kind of sucked. But I was still like, let's go, let's read. And if it wasn't for this book, I would not have read 12 books in 2021, which maybe is not a lot, but that's one a month. And that's a lot to me. My new goal is 13 for this year, so let's hope I get there, and I'll do another one of these videos. Thank you all for watching my book haul of the year, what I read. And thank you. That's all for now. I will see you all next time. Bye.